Imagine a motorcycle that embodies raw American power while honoring nearly a century of heritage. A machine stripped down to essentials yet loaded with personality and presence. A bike that commands attention before the throttle even whispers. This is the 1971 Indian Chief Bobber, a machine that challenged conventions and demanded a rider who understood both torque and tradition. Its minimalist frame and thundering V-twin engine make a statement about what it meant to ride in an era defined by bold design choices and high-stakes competition among manufacturers. The Chief Bobber was more than a vehicle, it was a symbol of rebellion, craftsmanship, and the relentless pursuit of identity in a crowded market. Even decades later, enthusiasts still study its lines, mechanical solutions, and the balance of heritage with innovation. If you love motorcycles, design, and history intertwined, this story dives deep into the 1971 Indian Chief Bobber from every angle. Make sure to like, subscribe, and leave a comment on which classic ride we should cover next. The 1971 Indian Chief Bobber emerged at a crossroads in American motorcycling, where tradition met the growing appetite for muscle, style, and individuality. Indian, once a dominant force, faced a market increasingly dominated by a rival who had perfected the cruiser formula, forcing the brand to rethink how to capture attention and respect simultaneously. The Chief Bobber was conceived as both a nod to Indian's past and a statement for the present, combining a large, air-cooled V-twin engine with a stripped-down, aggressive silhouette designed to turn heads on every street. Engineers worked to balance raw performance with rideability, tweaking the suspension, frame geometry, and engine output to ensure that the bike could handle long stretches of highway as comfortably as tight urban corners. The frame itself was low-slung, reinforcing a sense of speed and control while highlighting the muscular contours of the engine, oil lines, and exhaust, creating a visual rhythm that drew riders closer to the machine rather than keeping them at a distance. Beyond aesthetics, the Chief Bobber was mechanically ambitious. The V-twin, with its long stroke and high torque, delivered a push that was more about momentum than peak horsepower, offering a linear, connected feel that riders could almost sense through the seat and handlebars. In an era when chrome, bells, and whistles often overshadowed mechanical integrity, Indian focused on engineering that made sense to the senses and reinforced the tactile feedback essential for rider confidence. Riding a Chief Bobber demanded engagement. Clutch feel, throttle response, and brake modulation were all part of an intimate conversation between human and machine, and understanding that dialogue was part of its appeal. Styling choices reinforced this engagement. The minimalist fenders, solo seat, and clean lines removed distractions, emphasizing the V-twin as the heart of the experience and allowing the rider to feel every vibration, every gear shift, and every nuance of acceleration. Paint and trim choices were understated but purposeful, signaling seriousness about performance rather than flash, yet the bike still carried the unmistakable Indian logo that linked it to a legendary lineage dating back to the early 1900s. At the same time, Indian faced challenges that influenced design compromises, production constraints, cost considerations, and the need to appeal to a market increasingly loyal to a rival meant that the Chief Bobber had to balance authenticity with accessibility. Every choice in frame construction, engine tuning, and component selection reflected this tension between purity and pragmatism. Enthusiasts immediately recognized the stakes. This was not just a motorcycle, it was Indian asserting its identity through engineering and design in a market crowded with imitators. Magazines and test riders noted the bike's torque delivery, the growl of the exhaust, and the visceral sensation of leaning into corners, which contrasted with competitors that often favored smoother, less demanding rides. The Chief Bobber required respect, skill, and patience, rewarding those willing to learn its rhythm with a connection that modern bikes often dilute in the pursuit of comfort and automation. Even the ride position contributed to the experience. Low bars and mid-mounted controls created a posture that reinforced stability and control while accentuating the feeling of being anchored to the machine rather than sitting atop it. Every detail, from foot pegs to seat cushioning, was calibrated to convey the tactile thrill of American muscle in motion. Owners and collectors quickly saw the 1971 Indian Chief Bobber not as a casual purchase but as a statement about taste, performance priorities, and commitment to riding culture. It demanded attention both on the road and in a garage, inviting conversations about legacy, mechanical choice, and stylistic daring. This combination of engineering, aesthetics, and cultural resonance positioned the Chief Bobber as a bike that was more than metal and paint. It was a benchmark in understanding how American motorcycles could retain identity in a competitive landscape. It raised questions about what makes a motorcycle timeless and whether form can truly follow function without losing character. The Chief Bobber's emergence in 1971 illustrates how design, mechanics, and market strategy intersect to create a machine that resonates. Decades later, it is a lens through which we can examine how heritage brands navigate periods of uncertainty while still delivering machines that excite and challenge. Every curve, bolt, and exhaust note told a story of intent, ambition, and the uncompromising spirit of American motorcycling. The Chief Bobber set the stage for a deeper look into its engineering choices, performance characteristics, and how these elements shaped its reputation among enthusiasts, collectors, and riders who still chase that perfect balance of power, feel, and aesthetic elegance. The engineering behind the 1971 Indian Chief Bobber reflects a deliberate pursuit of balance between raw muscle and rideable control. At its heart, the V-twin engine was built to deliver low-end torque that could launch the bike with authority yet remain predictable enough for everyday use. Displacement, bore, and stroke were tuned to optimize acceleration without compromising engine longevity, while the carburetor and ignition systems were calibrated to respond cleanly across throttle ranges. Beyond the engine, the frame itself was a study in minimalist efficiency, designed to carry the weight of the rider and powertrain while reducing flex and enhancing feedback. Suspension was a critical factor. Spring rates and damping were adjusted to allow smooth travel over highway undulations yet firm enough to maintain cornering confidence, a compromise that demanded careful tuning during prototyping. Indian engineers experimented with wheelbase, rake, and trail to achieve a geometry that combined stability at speed with responsive handling in tighter turns, ensuring that the Chief Bobber could satisfy both the straight-line enthusiast and the rider who enjoyed technical roads. Braking systems were robust yet simple, prioritizing rider feel and control over raw stopping power, consistent with the bike's philosophy of engagement and connection rather than electronic intervention. Ergonomics were equally intentional. The solo saddle, mid-mounted pegs, and low-slung handlebars reinforced a rider posture that balanced leverage with comfort, while allowing maximum sensory feedback from the road. The decision to eliminate passenger seating and extraneous bodywork was not just aesthetic but functional, shedding weight and emphasizing the mechanical rhythm of engine and chassis. Even small details like the alignment of cables, the routing of wiring, and the design of the exhaust contributed to an experience that was cohesive and purposeful. Stylistic minimalism carried mechanical significance, allowing heat dissipation, weight distribution, and maintenance access to remain practical without compromising visual impact. The Chief Bobber's design also considered rider psychology. Its aggressive stance, exposed engine, and uncluttered lines encouraged respect and attentiveness, reinforcing the symbiotic relationship between man and machine. Comparison to contemporary rivals highlights the Chief Bobber's unique approach. While some competitors favored larger, more relaxed cruisers with comfort-oriented suspension, Indian opted for an immediate, tactile experience, where every motion and vibration communicated intent and consequence. This philosophy extended to material selection. Steel and aluminum components were chosen for their strength-to-weight ratios and durability, ensuring that critical load-bearing parts could withstand decades of use while preserving the bike's original geometry and handling. The exhaust design emphasized both acoustic presence and thermal management, balancing the desire for a signature rumble with practical considerations for rider comfort and component longevity. Even paint and finishes were applied with purpose, offering durability without sacrificing the understated elegance that defined the Chief Bobber's aesthetic. Maintenance accessibility was another key consideration. The layout of the engine, transmission, and primary drive allowed mechanics and owners to perform routine checks and adjustments efficiently, reflecting Indian's awareness that reliability and serviceability were as much part of the ownership experience as performance or style. This attention to detail extended to instrumentation and controls, which provided essential information in a clear, uncluttered manner, reinforcing the theme of focused, rider-centric design. In essence, the Chief Bobber was an integrated system, where every mechanical, ergonomic, and aesthetic choice reinforced the others, creating a machine that communicated coherence, intent, and authority. The V-twin's torque curve, the geometry of the frame, the suspension compliance, and the simplicity of controls were not independent elements but parts of a holistic vision that made the 1971 Indian Chief Bobber both thrilling to ride and historically significant. This engineering ethos explains why the bike resonates with collectors and riders decades later. It was not merely about maximum horsepower or styling trends but about crafting a motorcycle that felt alive under the rider's hands and feet, demanding respect and rewarding attention. Even small adjustments, whether to carburation, suspension preload, or handlebar position, had tangible effects on the experience, illustrating the bike's transparency and the intimacy it encouraged between rider and machine. Every component, every design decision, every subtle interaction contributed to an overall character that was unmistakably Indian, a statement of craft, purpose, and the pursuit of an authentic riding experience. Understanding these engineering choices provides insight into why the 1971 Indian Chief Bobber remains a reference point for builders, historians, and enthusiasts who study how performance, feel, and design merge to create a motorcycle that transcends its era and maintains cultural and mechanical relevance even today. The cultural impact of the 1971 Indian Chief Bobber extends far beyond its specifications and mechanical sophistication. It arrived at a moment when American riders were redefining what it meant to own a motorcycle, moving away from purely utilitarian machines toward vehicles that expressed individuality, freedom, and style. The stripped-down, muscular form of the Chief Bobber resonated with those seeking authenticity and a direct connection to the road, distinguishing it from competitors who emphasized comfort or mass appeal. Its influence reached custom builders who saw in its bare-bones design a canvas for creativity, inspiring countless modifications that retained the bike's essence while allowing personal expression. In this way, the Chief Bobber helped bridge the gap between factory engineering and subculture innovation, setting a precedent for the American bobber movement that would gain momentum in subsequent decades. Enthusiasts and collectors quickly recognized its historical and stylistic significance, driving demand for original models and fueling preservation efforts that kept the bike relevant long after production ended. Its aesthetic choices, including the solo saddle, minimal fenders, and exposed V-twin, became visual shorthand for a certain type of American motorcycle identity, signaling seriousness, skill, and appreciation for mechanical honesty. Beyond the visual and tactile experience, the Chief Bobber embodied the values of resilience, heritage, and ingenuity, offering a counterpoint to motorcycles that prioritized comfort or conformity. Riders who experienced the bike reported a sense of partnership with the machine, a feeling that every curve, vibration, and exhaust note was part of a dialogue rather than a passive experience. The Chief Bobber also influenced contemporary motorcycle design, informing how modern retro bikes are engineered to evoke emotion while delivering manageable performance. Manufacturers today often look back at Indian's choices in 1971 to understand how minimalism, power delivery, and visual cues can coalesce into a product with lasting appeal. Its cultural resonance extends to storytelling in motorcycle communities, media coverage, and even the collector market, where provenance, originality, and ride quality intersect to define value and desirability. The 1971 Indian Chief Bobber serves as a reminder that motorcycles are not just transportation, but cultural artifacts, reflecting the attitudes, priorities, and aesthetics of the time while continuing to inspire new generations. Its presence at rallies, museums, and private collections demonstrates a continuing fascination with a design that balanced mechanical honesty, visual drama, and rider engagement. Beyond mere nostalgia, the Chief Bobber represents a philosophy of motorcycling where connection, intent, and craftsmanship outweigh trends, ensuring that its legacy remains relevant to those who prioritize experience over convenience. From casual enthusiasts to dedicated restorers, the bike invites analysis, admiration, and hands-on interaction, illustrating how form, function, and culture converge to create a machine that transcends its original production era. In effect, the 1971 Indian Chief Bobber achieved more than a brief moment of attention. It shaped tastes, informed design language, and preserved a philosophy of riding that remains aspirational, proving that American motorcycles can be powerful symbols of identity, ingenuity, and enduring style. By embodying the fusion of heritage and innovation, the Chief Bobber secured its place not only in the history of Indian motorcycles but also in the broader narrative of motorcycling culture, inspiring builders, riders, and admirers to appreciate machines that reward attention, skill, and passion. Its influence continues to ripple through design choices, collector markets, and cultural perception, underscoring the idea that a single well-conceived motorcycle can shape how an entire generation understands what it means to ride with purpose and presence. The 1971 Indian Chief Bobber stands as a testament to what happens when heritage, engineering, and cultural resonance intersect. From the moment it rolled off the assembly line, it challenged riders to engage fully with a machine that demanded attention, respect, and understanding. Its V-twin engine, low-slung frame, and minimalist design combined to create an experience that was tactile, immediate, and unforgettable. reminding riders that power is best expressed when coupled with control and connection. The engineering choices, torque-focused engine tuning, balanced suspension, responsive geometry, and rider-centric ergonomics, demonstrate a deliberate philosophy where every component contributes to an integrated, cohesive ride. Aesthetically, the Chief Bobber defined a visual language that influenced custom builders, retro designs, and collectors, proving that simplicity, function, and style can coexist in harmony. Culturally, it became a symbol of authenticity and individuality, capturing the imagination of riders seeking identity and expression in an era of increasing standardization. The bike's presence in museums, private collections, and enthusiast gatherings speaks to a legacy that transcends production numbers and years on the road, embodying values that continue to inspire contemporary motorcycle design. Enthusiasts still study its frame lines, engine characteristics, and component choices to understand how a motorcycle can feel alive under a rider's hands, conveying feedback, emotion, and character in a way that few machines manage. Every corner, vibration, and sound is a reminder of the dialogue between rider and machine, illustrating why the Chief Bobber maintains relevance decades later. Its minimalism is not emptiness but intentionality, allowing the mechanical rhythm and human input to shine, while its styling communicates purpose, power, and pride. The Chief Bobber's influence persists in the custom and retro movement, where builders seek to capture the same balance of torque, aesthetics, and engagement that Indian perfected in 1971. Its story provides insight into the challenges faced by legacy brands striving to innovate while honoring heritage, highlighting how design, engineering, and market positioning can coalesce to create machines with lasting impact. Ultimately, the 1971 Indian Chief Bobber is more than a motorcycle. It is a case study in the fusion of culture, mechanics, and artistry, showing how attention to detail, rider experience, and brand identity can produce a machine that is both historically significant and timelessly appealing. Its enduring legacy reminds us that the most memorable motorcycles are those that invite participation, demand respect, and reward curiosity, proving that the spirit of American motorcycling thrives when power, purpose, and presence are brought together in perfect harmony.